Greetings, everyone. This is Vakar Korvi from TST Perspective, and today I'm going to discuss an important happening in India, in Maharashtra, Mumbai, the Bandra district, which is one of the most posh districts in Mumbai. There's been a murder of a Muslim leader, uh, Baba Siddique, who hailed from Bihar, but later on came to Mumbai, built a fortune, and was very, very active politically. He was from Nationalist Congress Party. His murder has raised a lot of questions because this has been very openly claimed by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, which mainly operates with about 700 hitmen in India and has international linkages like with Goldi Barar in Canada, and now he's on the run. And it is very strange that Lawrence Bishnoi is sitting in the hard jail, can call the shots and murder anybody in India. So I think this speaks a lot about law and order in India. Somehow this murder has raised a lot of questions, a lot of debate going on in India, that how could a Muslim politician, Baba Siddique, who was like any Sarkari Musliman, in India, if you are a Muslim, you have to rise in politics, in any sector, in civil services, judiciary, military, or Bollywood. You have to be more than, I think, a common Hindu. So you have to prove your credentials. Like it is said that on the event of the Sera, he was congratulating 10 hours before his murder. And he's been taking part in all the Hindu rituals, went out of the way during COVID-19 to help people all across all the faiths. And it was quite popular. He had a lavish living, had luxury cars, and then befriended people like Salman Khan and most of the Bollywood actors. But unfortunately, on his death, if you look at social media, I was reading a comment that Mullah Mar Gaya. Just imagine that a guy who has been supporting people across the board is being labeled as a Muslim and a symbol of hate in India. Because when you're doing mob lynching and you're daily abusing Muslim community, and this has been sponsored by RSS and BJP, it's very natural that youngsters would do it. Now, coming back to Lawrence Bishnoi gang, it is said that they have international linkages. There are also reports that Bishnoi gang was able to hit, some of the Sikh activists in Canada. We are not very sure, and definitely they are under the, let's say, radar of NIA, the famous agency of India investigation. But as far as Bishnoi gang is concerned, it can openly threaten anybody. And now with this murder, there is another message given to Salman Khan that anyone who basically backs Salman Khan should be careful that Bishnoi gang is alive and kicking. So this was, I think, very, very unfortunate. Now, if you look at the political scene in Maharashtra, there has been some changes this year because in Lok Sabha elections or the National Assembly elections, the India Alliance finally was able to gain more seats, and they made inroad. Despite that, if you look at Eknath Shinde, who is now heading the Shiv Sena, which was a breakaway from, Bal Thackeray's famous Shiv Sena, and then Uddhav Thackeray had to then create another Shiv Sena. So it means that BJP had done the horse trading and broken Shiv Sena from inside, because Shiv Sena and Congress were in alliance in last government. But this year in the Lok Sabha elections, we've seen the alliance between Congress and Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena or UBT Shiv Sena, and there's an NCP which is different than the NCP of which Baba Siddique belong. They have won more seats, so it's out of 48 Lok Sabha seats, they have been able to, I think, 130. So it means that most likely in the state elections which are coming in November, December this year, there are chances that India Alliance would gain, and BJP cannot probably afford that. So there is a twist now in the story. Congress is definitely blaming the BJP for law and order, and if you look at Bandra, it's just like Gulbarg in Lahore, or you can say Clifton in Karachi, or some of the posh sector in Islamabad. And the kind of protection that Mr. Baba Siddique enjoyed, one, he was himself very rich, definitely a man who would throw parties and invite Bollywood stars, and Salman Khan was one of his best friends. He had his own private security, and then of course he was given, state security also. There was supposed to be some commandos from the National Security Guards, and then some 8 or 10, very smart policemen guarding. But he was, murdered in daylight in front of his son. So, of course, the issue of law and order is there. But I think the underlining thing is that most probably, if you look at Bishnoi gang's activities, and like they murdered Sidhu Musewala, who was even during farmer protest, I think he was very, very active, and he bashed the BJP government. He was very popular all across, even in Pakistan, because of his songs, and definitely something that he did for Punjab. He was also taken out by Bishnoi gang. So it means that Bishnoi gang is one of the arms of the RSS, which can murder people, when the orders are given. And if you look at murder or assassination of Baba Siddique, I feel, although Baba Siddique was in the alliance which was supporting BJP, that now they are going to create a Hindu-Muslim, sentiment 2 months before the elections of the state. So it means that the Muslim vote would be divided. There will be definitely blame on Congress, because definitely Congress has some sway in Indian Punjab. And this murder will be used to garner some votes from the Muslim community. But I am sure if you look at Muslim community in Mumbai or in Maharashtra, they are quite strong, especially if you look at film industry and then some of the businesses. That maybe it doesn't work, and this will boomerang on face of BJP. But unfortunately, if you look at Eknath Shinde's government, he has his Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and a couple of other hardcore BJP thugs. So it points to something very, very disturbing. Somebody also tweeted that Saturday and Sunday, or let's say last 48 hours, India has seen 3 tragedies. One is definitely the assassination of Baba Siddique in broad daylight. The other is, something which is not talked in Pakistan, is the death of Professor G.N. Sai Baba. Now, this is again a tragic death because he was basically a professor in Delhi University, and he was arrested in 2014 when Modi came into power in the first term. And he was sentenced to life imprisonment in 2017 for flimsy charges of being a Maoist or leftist. And if you look at the leftists being targeted in India, you had Gauri Lankesh, you had Professor Kulburgi, Pansare, and now we have Professor G.N. Sai Baba, who was kept in, I would say, illegal confinement for 10 years. And then he was acquitted by the Nagpur bench of Mumbai High Court, and he was released, I think, March this year. Probably they knew it that he is not going to survive, and he passed away on Saturday. Very, very unfortunate. So it means that he is the 6th professor who was basically died because of the RSS policies. And in some of the interviews, he mentioned that RSS had gripped the power in India, every department, and basically they were living in dark times, and this grip over all power center was really oppressing the dissenting voices. So this is one. Then of course I mentioned brutal murder of Baba Siddique, and third is garlanding and welcoming of murders of Gauri Lankesh. Hindutva activist basically accorded warm welcome to Gauri Lankesh murders, who were basically given some relief by one of their courts in Karnataka, Vijayapura. And the murders basically accused are Parshuram Wagmore and Manohar Yadav. And they were openly being garlanded. So I think this is where India is. That just like Sadhvi Pragya Thakur, who was involved in murder of some of the activists, including Gauri Lankesh, and before that some of the, let's say, activists on the left side, that when you are released or on bail, the people who will guard, and maybe these both guys, the Parshuram Wagmore and Manohar Yadav, land up in Lok Sabha or some of the state, or maybe they are given, Senate seats by the BJP and the RSS. This is the face of India. This is the real face of so-called democracy in India. I normally call it democracy in India. So all told, I think bad time for India. They keep on talking about rest of the world, but look at the state of law and order. Look at the state of justice system. That a professor dies, technically he died in prison because he was released in March. Definitely, he just survived for 4 or 5 months, and then garlanding of murders of Kori Lankesh. Unfortunate, but that's what is the real face of oppressive Hindutva agenda in India. Thank you very much.